Greetings, Indiana congregations. My name is Matt Burke. I'm the Education Director for the Center for Congregations. And with me today is our President, Tim Shapiro. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Matt.
And Tim and I are going to share with you today a little bit about an event that's coming up at the end of July that we're entitling Vibrant Youth Ministry in Indiana. That's going to be taking place virtually in a live online environment on Thursday, July 28th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. And again on Friday, July 29th from noon to 1:30 p.m. Both of those are Eastern Time. So one of the values of the center is that we want to share the information that we learn as we do our work with congregations around the state. And so we're going to be sharing information about youth ministry that we've learned over the last couple of years, specifically, and also just throughout the life of the Center for Congregations. So Tim, can you set the context a little bit about how it is that we learn this information and what it is that we learn from congregations around the state?
Sure. So Matt, in this particular case, we'll be sharing what we're learning about youth ministry. And so the center in the past year or two have worked with literally over 100 congregations regarding youth ministry. At least 60 of those congregations were part of a major grant initiative that had an education component and then a matching grant. And one of the ways we specifically learn is we go back and get reports from congregations that received grants that were meant to help them raise their capacity to do youth ministry. And then we send people out into the field to follow up on these written reports and hear the stories and from interviews gain these important lessons that have been learned by congregations. So through a process of grant making, our regular cases with congregations, that's what we call when a congregation calls us about some subject like youth ministry. We gather data through reports, written reports, and then we go out and interview. For this particular project, we had 2 field interviewers that helped us come up with learnings around youth ministry.
Excellent. So can you give us a little preview of some of the things that we did learn and some of the things that we'll be covering during the event?
Sure. So we hope to share with those who join the online learning experience 5 different values that we've learned that associate with youth ministry. Here's an example of one, and that is the value of sequential learning. So many of the congregations that participated in programs with us around youth ministry found that what they offer to their 7th graders, say in youth ministry, is most beneficial when it follows a trajectory or a narrative arc, so that from 7th grade to 8th grade to 9th grade all the way through graduation, the youth are all experiencing something new, something different, something that is challenging for them every year. And so we're calling that sequential experience or sequential education. Congregations that have learned through different resources to design their programs sequentially seem to be very happy with what they're accomplishing.
Excellent. All right. And what can congregations hope to take away from this event?
Well, we do want to share very concretely these 5 values that we've come up with through these interviews. In addition to that, we want to attach resources to each of those values. So if a congregation feels as they're experiencing this live online learning experience, if they say, hey, that value is something that we hold and we want to learn more about, we're going to share a resource that will help that congregation learn more about that particular value. And then we also will provide time for each person who's participating in the live online experience to reflect on kind of what's their growing edge around youth ministry and what might be a next step that they could take.
Okay. Well, again, this is called Vibrant Youth Ministry in Indiana, where the Center for Congregations is sharing what we've learned from our work with congregations around the state about youth ministry. It's going to be happening online on Thursday, July 28th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday, July 29th from noon to 1:30 p.m. Also Eastern Time. And because it's a live online event, you'll just need a computer or mobile device, and we'll send you the information out for you to access the event. And we really encourage a lot of interaction. So not only will we have specific scripted places where you can ask questions and Tim will respond, but we just encourage interactivity throughout, sharing the kinds of things that you're learning, the things that resonate with you, and just any of your information. We really want this to be a collaborative experience where you're using your fingers to do some typing and making sure you're interacting with the folks both in the room and around the state. So we hope to see you there. If you have any questions, you can let me know. You can reach me at mburke@centerforcongregations.org. And you can find the workshop at centerforcongregations.org/workshops. So thanks, Tim. Very much looking forward to the event.
Yep.